down list. So how we have validated the text box, we tried to validate in the same way for this drop down list. So what we need to do is nothing but we need to change some property for require field validator 2. So what is the property? Is nothing, initial value you need to provide. What is the initial value you want to check? So the initial value for this drop down list is, what is that? Select. I'll change that, say initial value 0. So whatever the value you have given over here, okay, for the first item, that value you need to provide in the require field validator's initial value property 0. Okay, so it will check whether this value is selected or not. If 0 as a value is selected, which is nothing but the first item, it will throw an error. Some value, I'll not select any item, submit. You can see here required, please select state. If I select any state, it will go, the form will be submitted. Okay, 2 errors, submit. 2 errors description will be displayed in validation summary control. Please provide full name, please select state. With this validation control, your validation summary control, you have some properties. Header text is there. Okay, show message box is there. Show message box means all the error messages will be displayed in the message box. Show summary. While displaying message box, we don't require this summary over here. False. Let us execute and see. Directly click on submit button. You can see here the same validation summary we are getting in a message box, JavaScript message box. Errors on page. Please provide full name. Please select state. Okay, I have not started with any coding part. I am just setting the properties of those controls, the validator controls. Are you getting? Or any doubts? This one, the drop down list, how to validate drop down list. This is very important. Initial value. Which value you need to provide is nothing but what is the value you want to validate in the drop down list. If that value is selected, this validator will throw an error.
So the initial value that you put for the select,
Yeah, is 0 here. Anything, whatever you want, okay, give it. This value you need to provide in the initial value of the validator.
yes, that's what I would select value of 0.
Yeah, so by default if you are not providing means it will be this only. Yeah, like for this here it says the same value. So if you are not providing the value, it will take the text itself as a value. Okay, so if you can copy this, you can copy this and you can provide the value, initial value to the validator. So initial value properties for validator and the value properties for drop down list. Validation summary, we set only one property, which is nothing but 2 properties. Display message box we have set to true and validation summary we set false. Okay, fine. Let's move to the next control, next validator. Compare validator. Password. Text box. Here one more text box. Here I'll say something like confirm password. Okay, change the control names. txt pwd, txt cpwd. Fine. Now let me take a validator from the toolbox validation tab. Compare validator. This validator allows us to compare two values from two different controls. Okay, so drag and drop, compare validator, go to properties, set some properties. First property, control to validate, to which control we are validating and to which control we are comparing, with which control we are comparing. So control to validate, I'll say txt con password. Control to compare, to with which control we are comparing, txt password. Error message, mismatch password, red color, text. Okay, that, so four properties I said. If you want, you can go through with that what do you call, set focus on error. Okay, next, of this control compare validator, we have these properties and one more property is there, like operator. When we are comparing some value, with means either it will be equals, not equals, greater than, equals, like that. So right now the requirement is for equals only, by default it is selected. Not equals, you can say greater than equals, less than, like that. And the type of the data which you are comparing, it is obviously string values you are comparing. Okay, so string values it is something like txt pwd dot text equals txt cpw dot text. Okay, so these are the string. Text is a string, text here is a string, the operator is equals. Let us see. Providing a name, some state, password I'll give, say Faz. Okay, here confirm password I'll give something else. Try to submit the form. It says mismatch password, here it says password and confirm password must match. Try to give the same values. Fine, it is submitting, no errors. Okay, see here, I'll not give the confirm password, not providing. I'm trying to submit the form. It will be an error or not, because these two values are not same. But can you see there, the form is submitted to the server. Okay, text box C password is having null value, and here it is having some value. So when the input is not provided, the control will not validate. Okay, compare validator cannot validate the user input when there is not any input, which means we need to provide some input to validate. So for that requirement, what we can do is nothing but we can take the help of require field validator. We can use multiple validators towards a single control. Okay, but a single validator control cannot be used to validate multiple controls. Single field, single text box I can use to validate for multiple validators, like how I am taking over here one more validator. So two validators I can use for a single text box, but single validator I cannot use for two text boxes. That's the meaning. Properties, as usual, first we have worked with this require field validator. Okay, control to validate txt con password. Error message. Text. Yeah, hello. And we have, yeah, these are the properties. That's it. Let's see. But the thing is, see what is happening over here. Let me provide some input. Password, I'll not give anything. Submit. Required, please provide confirm password. Observation here is nothing but you can see where that validator is coming. It is coming here. It has to come over here. Okay, beside this text box. But as we placed at that position, it is coming there itself. So the designing will be awkward. So for that requirement, you need to set. Right now the position is static here. Display type is static. Okay, display is static. You need to say dynamic. Okay, display dynamic for this also, otherwise it won't work. For this also display dynamic. Now save it and check. Submit. Okay, let me execute one more time. Some input selected, password, submit. Can you see that required is coming in this position dynamically? The position is changed. Okay, if I provide the input and which is not equals, it says mismatch password.